Truth or Dare revealed things I've done with my ex. He couldn't stomach, he won't even touch me now. Hello, Reddit. I've been sitting here for a long-ass time staring at this text box, trying to decide whether to hit post or just delete this and go cry some more in the shower like I've been doing for the past week straight. I don't even know what I'm hoping for anymore. I've typed and deleted this post maybe 20 times already. I don't know who I'm hoping will read this. Maybe some kind stranger who somehow sees through all the mess and offers a rope to grab onto. Or maybe someone who's been through something similar and can tell me it's not totally hopeless. Or maybe I'm just here to confess to the internet and brace myself for the judgment I know I probably deserve. Because yeah, I fucked up bad, and I know how this kind of post usually sounds. Some cheater trying to rewrite the story to make themselves look like the victim. But that's not what I'm here for. I'm not going to sit here and lie or twist the facts just to get people on my side. Honestly, I don't even think I have a side anymore. What I did, there's no side to that. I don't have anyone else to talk to about this without knowing they'd immediately judge me or take my husband's side. And the worst part, I wouldn't even blame them. I'd do the same. So yeah, I'm here because I'm desperate and trying to scream into the void in the hopes that someone out there will scream back something useful, like I already know I messed up. You don't have to tell me that, just tell me if there's anything left to save. Or if I should stop trying and just accept that I nuked my marriage and there's no coming back. Anyway, just to give you guys a little info, I'm a 29-year-old woman. I've been married to my husband, Ethan, 31 male, for just over 3 years. We've been together for 6 total, and I'm telling you right now, I love him. He is everything I ever wanted and never thought I deserved. He's calm, kind, ridiculously thoughtful. Like the kind of guy who remembers the random date I got my first job, just so he can bring home cupcakes and say, "Happy little anniversary." The kind of guy who writes little notes and leaves them in my lunch just to say he's proud of me. He doesn't yell, he doesn't manipulate, he doesn't guilt trip or play stupid power games. He just is so smart, kind, patient to a fault, and safe, and now he won't even touch me. It feels insane even writing that out loud, like I'm watching my marriage rot from the inside out and I'm just sitting in the corner helplessly while the walls cave in around me. At first I kept telling myself this isn't real, that he's just hurt, that it'll blow over. But now that he's asked for a divorce, I don't know what to do. No, this isn't one of those posts where someone finds a hidden phone full of nudes or someone secretly cheating with the pool guy. There was no huge blowout fight, no screaming match or dramatic suitcase packing, just one stupid little drinking game with friends, one round of Truth or Dare. Before I even get into the whole Truth or Dare mess, I'm gonna lay it all out. I was wild in college. No, even worse, I was reckless. Like, terminally online, daddy issues, attention-seeking, fake deep kind of reckless. Not the cute took shots and kissed a stranger at a party kind of wild. No, I was on the other end of the damn spectrum. I ran past limits. If something was taboo, degrading, disgusting, or filthy, I was probably doing it, recording it, laughing about it, and calling it empowerment. And back then, I thought I was the shit. Seriously. I thought I was this bold, free, liberated woman who was just living her truth and sticking it to the patriarchy one gangbang at a time. I had this twisted-ass version of feminism in my head where being a total fucking mess was somehow a badge of honor. Like, if I could outdrink the frat boys, outfuck the cheerleaders, and still show up to class the next day in full glam with a smile, that meant I was winning. But really, I was just desperate for attention. I was a walking, breathing, moaning pick-me. That kind of girl who could black out on 5 shots, climb onto a bar to twerk for strangers, go home with 2 randoms, and wake up like, wow, I'm such a bad bitch. When really, I was just another body in someone else's rotation. And I told myself that was fine. Told myself I chose it, that I was in control, that I was empowered. Spoiler, I wasn't. I didn't just do things, I documented them. I was in a literal gangbang video once. Yeah, me, my ex, and 4 of his buddies. Filmed the whole thing. I was the centerpiece. Full-on amateur porn. I laughed and moaned and played it up for the camera like I was auditioning for Brazzers or something, except it wasn't even that professional. Just some scuzzy dudes with an iPhone and 0 respect. And I thought that shit was iconic. Like, look at me, being fearless. I mean, I thought it was anonymous. That it would all just disappear into the internet void, buried in some crusty subforum no one who actually knew me in real life would ever find. I honestly believed no one would care. I mean, we were all wild in college, right? A few years go by, you grow up, clean up, move on. That's how it goes. And I did move on, kind of. Graduated, got a decent job, stopped partying, deleted all my burner accounts, blocked the guys I used to hook up with, pretended like that entire version of me didn't exist anymore, like I could just hit restart on my life. New clothes, new job, new morals, new me. And then I met Ethan. He was everything I wasn't. He was the kind of guy who meant things, who had values. Ethan had only been with like 2 girls before me. No drama, no scandals, just normal, honest, kind. The kind of guy who still believed in waiting for the right person. The kind of guy who would never imagine the girl sitting across from him at dinner had once sucked off 3 guys in a bathroom stall on a dare. I wanted him. Badly. And I knew if he saw who I really was, he'd never look at me the same. He'd run. So I did what I thought I had to do to keep him. I rebranded. I scrubbed my past like a PR team managing a celebrity scandal. I told him, yeah, I had a bit of a party phase. Who didn't? I had a couple exes. We did some stuff. Nothing major. I downplayed everything, made it sound tame. A few flings, a couple of mistakes, but overall, normal. Casual. I never told him about the gangbang video, never told him about the drugs, never told him about the hotel hookups, the recorded threesomes, the night I hooked up with 3 brothers back to back just to prove a point. I never lied outright. Not really. I just omitted. The way you do when you're trying not to drop an emotional nuke on someone. Whenever he asked about my past, I gave vague, harmless answers. I avoided the specifics, skipped the gory details. That one time he found some old photos of me from college. A party where I was wearing a mesh top and nothing underneath. I just laughed and said, "Oh God, I was such a mess back then. Glad I grew out of that." We got married 3 years later. Perfect. At least it felt that way. I told myself the past didn't matter anymore. That girl, the one who thought chugging vodka and moaning for the camera in a cheap motel room with 5 guys was some kind of badass feminist move, she was gone, dead and buried. I had changed. I was Ethan's wife now. I paid my taxes. I watered our plants. I meal prepped. I sent thank you cards to people who gave us wedding gifts. I wasn't that girl anymore. And honestly, I believed that. And then a couple weekends ago, we were at this small house party. Nothing huge, just a bunch of mutual friends. People we'd both known for years. Comfortable vibes, you know? Wine, soft music, a backyard setup, and a fire pit going. It was the kind of night where everything just felt nice. Then around 10 p.m., when everyone had just enough alcohol to be bold and bored but not completely wasted, someone suggested we play Truth or Dare. At first, everyone laughed, because really? Truth or Dare? What are we, 16? But it was that drunk kind of laugh that also kind of means screw it, why not? And before anyone could shut it down, people were already shouting out rules and calling first turns. I didn't object. Neither Sue Ethan. It was stupid but harmless at first. People got dared to do goofy things like drink a shot of tequila with pickle juice or mix Baileys with hot sauce. I gagged just watching that. Someone had to text an old ex something embarrassing. Another person had to do a TikTok dance in the middle of the lawn. It was dumb, funny stuff. Nothing deep, nothing dark. Then the questions started turning into those ha-ha, let's make it spicy type things. Have you ever hooked up in public? What's your weirdest turn on? Have you ever used food in bed? Blah, blah, blah. You know, the kinds of things that make everyone laugh but don't really expose anything that deep. And I was having fun. A bit drunk, cozy under a blanket on one of those cheap outdoor sectionals, Ethan sitting next to me. I felt good. Then it was my turn. My name came up, and some guy across the fire pit, honestly, I still can't even remember who, my brain short-circuited the second he said it, asked, "What's the freakiest thing you've ever done in bed?" Now, in hindsight, this should have been easy. It should have been a lob. I could have said anything mildly spicy and called it a day. Sex in a car, handcuffs, a one-night stand in Vegas, literally anything normal. But instead, I laughed. Not because I thought it was funny, but because I was panicking. You know that awkward panic laugh? My heart is slamming against my ribs and I want to disappear, but everyone's looking at me, so I have to act like this is fine. Laugh? Yeah, that one. I said, "Oh, I don't know if I should say," trying to be all coy. But they pushed. "Come on, that means it's really good. Spill it." Even Ethan gave me this playful side smile. And I swear I don't know what the fuck took over me in that moment. Probably the wine, to be honest, and maybe a little guilt. So I said it. I laughed and said it with a fake smile, like it was no big deal. I did a gangbang once with my ex and like 4 of his friends. It was filmed. People were surprised at first, then they laughed awkwardly, uncomfortably. You could feel the weird tension as if they hadn't expected what I had to say to be that shocking. But most of them played it off, tried to make a joke or shift the mood. Ethan wasn't laughing. He wasn't even angry, just stunned. He forced a laugh, one of those heh, okay chuckles. I sat there for the rest of the night trying to pretend everything was fine while mentally screaming at myself. Why the fuck did you say that? Why didn't you just lie? When the party wound down, Ethan didn't say much. He was polite, smiled at the hosts, helped grab empty bottles, the whole everything's fine routine. He wasn't rude, he wasn't cold, he was just quiet. When we got into the car, I waited. Thought maybe he'd say something, make a sarcastic joke like he sometimes does when he's feeling off. But nothing. Just silence. No music, no comment. We got home. He didn't kiss me goodnight. Didn't even say goodnight. He went to the bathroom, brushed his teeth, got into bed, and turned his back to me. That party was a couple weeks back, and ever since then, I feel like I've been living in some weird alternate version of my life. Like everything looks the same on the outside, same apartment, same routine, same bed, but it's all wrong. It's like my husband is gone, but he's still physically here. For the first couple days after the party, he barely said a word. Nothing. No fights. No, how could you? No, what the hell was that? He'd still help clean up after dinner, still do the dishes, still feed the cat and water the damn plants. But he wouldn't touch me. No kissing, no hugs, no cuddling, nothing. At first I kept trying to tell myself he was fine, that maybe he just needed space, that maybe I was being dramatic, that maybe it would blow over. When Ethan is upset, really upset, he just goes still. And when he makes a decision, that's it. No back and forth, no second guessing, no dragging things out. He decides, and it's done. That's what's scaring me more than anything, that this isn't just a rough patch, that he's already decided, especially with this whole divorce thing. It got worse after the first week. We were living together like strangers, breathing the same air, walking past each other like roommates who low-key hate each other, and I swear I was going insane. I would cry in the shower just so he wouldn't hear me. That was my routine. Pretend I was fine during the day, fall apart under the water at night. 2 weeks after the party, that's when he brought up divorce. We were having dinner quietly, of course, like always, and he just says, with the same voice he uses when he asks if we need to buy more toilet paper, I want a divorce. Just like that. No drama, no yelling, no argument, just a statement. Final. Already accepted in his head. I felt like someone had kicked me in the stomach. My mouth literally opened, but nothing came out. Like I forgot how to use words. I begged, right there at the table. I told him I didn't agree, that I didn't want a divorce, that I loved him, that we could fix it, that we could go to counseling, that I was sorry. I was so fucking sorry. I've been begging ever since. I don't know what else to do. I don't even know if this post will help, but I feel like I'm screaming into the void, and maybe, just maybe, someone out there will scream back something useful. And I get it. I get why he feels betrayed. I do. I humiliated him, in front of our friends no less. I dropped a damn nuke in the middle of that party, and now he won't even look at me the same. But I don't want a divorce. This man is my husband. I love him. I don't just love the idea of him or the stability he gives me. I love him. Every hour I feel like I'm walking on glass. I'm jumpy. I'm anxious. I'm spiraling. My job's been suffering. I'm zoning out in meetings and forgetting deadlines. And it's not like I can talk to my friends about it either. I don't want to hear the "you messed up, just apologize" line again. Like I know I messed up. I've already said sorry, over and over and over. But what do I do now? What do you do when you've already dropped the bomb, already hurt the person you love, already said everything there is to say, and they still want to leave? He's calm, he's polite, but he's gone. He hasn't even filed yet. Maybe he's waiting for me to say I'll leave first. Or maybe he's letting me slowly dissolve until I give up and move out myself. But I won't. I refuse to go. I'm not giving up. Not like this. Not without trying everything. If there's anything I haven't tried yet, anything that you guys think might help, please tell me. I'm desperate. I'll try anything. Anyway, I am posting from a throwaway because I'm too ashamed to use my real account. If you made it this far, thanks. Seriously. Thanks for listening. Even if you think I'm trash, thanks for reading this. I would really appreciate it if anyone has an idea or advice or a shred of something I haven't thought of yet. Update. Hey Reddit, I didn't think I'd be back here either. And I know everyone says that, but really I didn't. I was absolutely convinced that that first post I made would be the beginning and end of it. One long, messy middle of the night overshare on a throwaway account, just to get people's opinions. But here I am again. I don't even know what I'm hoping to get out of this update. Maybe I just needed to talk to someone again. Or maybe on some dumb, weird level, I feel like I owe it to you guys, the strangers who read my mess, who didn't know me but still replied, still gave advice. When I wrote that last post, I was in a really, really bad place. Like staring at the wall for hours, crying in the shower every night kind of bad. Emotionally, mentally, I was just gone. I didn't know who to talk to. Friends didn't feel right. I didn't want judgment. I didn't want pity. And honestly, it's easier to confess your worst mistakes to anonymous usernames on the internet than to look someone you care for in the face and say, yeah, I ruined everything. Because that's what I did. And yeah, sure, some of the comments stung like hell. Some people dragged me across the floor, and honestly, I deserved it. I made my bed. I can't sit here and act like I didn't know the consequences might come knocking eventually. But even through the tough love and the harsh truths, there were also people who were kind. People who said things I needed to hear. Even the ones who didn't spare the sting, thank you. A lot of people suggested marriage counseling. Some people said I needed to accept that he might never forgive me. Some said I should let him go. Some told me to keep trying. And I listened, and I really wish they had helped. But unfortunately, Ethan doesn't do second chances. I think I mentioned that in the first post, he's not the type to slam doors, but once he decides something, that's it. That's the mountain. No going back, no renegotiating, no, please baby, one more time. His no means no, no matter how softly he says it. So yeah, that's basically your answer. He didn't change his mind. He hasn't. And I've run out of ways to ask. We tried to talk, I tried to bring up counseling, I tried to beg, I tried to reason. I even pulled in our friends, though most of them said they wanted to stay neutral. Translation, they were 1,000% on his side. But nothing worked. Ethan was polite, he was kind, he was patient, but he was done, completely done. And that hurt in a way I can't even explain, because it's not the messy kind of breakup where you fight and scream and maybe get one last moment of passion. No, it was the quiet kind, the kind that just makes your chest ache real bad. So I moved out. It was his place. He bought it before we even met, so I had no right to stay, not really. I packed up my shit, swallowed the lump in my throat, and left the house I thought I'd be growing old in. I didn't go back to my parents, even though they offered. I couldn't. I didn't want the questions or the hovering or the soft pity every time I walked into the kitchen. I didn't want my mom trying to make me feel better, or my dad pretending not to be disappointed. So I found this shitty little apartment, 10 minutes from my job. Cramped, gray, depressing as hell. But at least I'm alone. At least I can cry in peace. And I am crying. Every night. Sometimes in the shower, sometimes just sitting on the edge of the bed. I can't eat properly. I've lost weight. My skin's breaking out. My eyes are always puffy. I look like hell. I feel like hell. My job is still on the rocks. My manager pulled me aside last week and asked if I was okay. I lied. Said I was tired. Which isn't really a lie, honestly. I am tired. Tired in that way that sleep doesn't fix. I haven't been focused. I'm missing deadlines, zoning out in meetings, pretending to function, and doing a horrible job at that. And don't get me started on the friend situation. Mutuals? Gone. Most of them ghosted me a little while after I moved out. Most of them wanted to stay neutral, which, again, is just a fancy way of saying we're with Ethan. And I get it. They should be with Ethan. He's a good guy, a kind guy. A better person than I ever deserved, probably. Everyone likes him. Everyone's always liked him. Me? I feel like I'm the one nobody ever really liked. They tolerated me. They put up with me because of him. Now that he's not in the picture, they've vanished too. So yeah, it's lonely. Even though I chose to isolate, it still stings. There's a difference between choosing solitude and realizing no one's fighting to break through your walls. There's a difference between wanting to be left alone and actually being left alone. I do still have a few people who check in here and there, friends who send a "you okay" text or ask me to hang out, and I appreciate them truly, but it's hard to show up for people when you hate the person you've become and feel like they're just doing it out of pity. I keep thinking about everything I did wrong. It's 4 a.m. right now. I've got a project due at work in 2 days that I haven't even touched. I should be sleeping. I should be working. I should be doing anything useful. But instead, I'm here typing all this out again, pouring my heart into a post on Reddit because apparently this is my therapy now. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how I'm supposed to fix myself. Maybe I can't fix it. Maybe this is just my life now, miserable, and I still miss him. Every second. I still love him, and I still cry under my shower like my chest is going to split open. They say, you never know what you have till it's gone. I get it now. So yeah, that's the update. If you read all this, thank you. Seriously, I know it's a mess. I know it's scattered and long and probably depressing, but thank you for reading,